Assalamu alaikum all of you. Now we'll start question number 8. Last time we have completed till question number 7. So now today we'll start with question number 8. So find the diagonal of a rectangle. So here we have to take one of a rectangle whose length is 35 centimeter and breadth is 12 centimeter. So now we'll see how to solve this question. So here I have taken one of a rectangle. I have taken the name of a rectangle is A, B, C, D. Length I have taken 35 centimeter and breadth is 12. I have drawn one of a diagonal because we have to find the diagonal of a rectangle. We know that both the diagonal of rectangles are equal. So no need to find both the diagonal. Any one diagonal we will find. Now if you will observe this triangle ABC carefully. So this triangle ABC is nothing but the right angle triangle. So in a right angle triangle we can apply the Pythagoras theorem. We know one side, we know other side. Can we find the hypotenuse? So it is very simple. First of all we'll write in triangle ABC. Angle ABC or angle B will be 90 degree because it is the angle of rectangle. So see the solution. We will write in triangle ABC, angle B is 90 degree because it is angle of rectangle. Therefore it is right angle triangle. Then by applying Pythagoras theorem. Okay, so in Pythagoras theorem the hypotenuse square is equal to one side square plus other side square. So this side AC is nothing but hypotenuse. So AC square will be equal to AB square plus BC square. If you want you can write formula or directly also we can write. So I am writing direct. So AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. Value of this AC we want to find. AB is 35 and BC is 12. So we'll apply the values here. So 35 square plus 12 square. Now value of this 35 square is 1225 and the value of this 12 square is 144. So we will write 1225 and 144. Now we will going to add these two number. So the addition of these two number will be 1369. So we have got AC square is 1369. Now we have to remove this square. So same method we are using. To removing the square we are taking the square root of both the side. So taking square root of both the side. Now this 1369 is a square of 37. Therefore this AC will be equal to 37. Now if you want afterwards you can just multiply this 37 by 37 and you have to check whether you are getting the same number or not. Okay, so we have got the value of AC is 37 but this AC is nothing but the diagonal of a rectangle. Therefore we have written the diagonal of a rectangle is 37 centimeter. So we have completed our question number 8. Now we'll start question number 9. So in the figure 2.22, so this is the figure for question number 9. M is the midpoint of QR. This point M is the midpoint. So if this is a midpoint, then we can say RM will be equal to MQ and both will be half of this QR. Okay. Then angle PRQ is 90 degree. PRQ, this angle is 90 degree. Then we have to prove that PQ square is equal to 4PM square minus 3PR square. This is the question of proof then. That means this question will going to solve like we are solving theorem. So here I have taken the same figure which is given to us in the textbook for question number 9. After the figure we have to write all the given thing which is given to us in the question. So I have taken that angle PRQ is given as 90 degree and M is a midpoint of QR. After that given we have to write two proof. So I have written the two proof that PQ square is equal to 4PM square minus 3PR square. And we know that after two proof we are writing proof. So in the proof first line, first we will take the given and what is given to us that M is a midpoint of side QR. This M is a midpoint of side QR. That means we can take RM will be equal to MQ and both will be half of QR. So see our proof. What we will take first. that this M is midpoint of QR, that therefore RM is equal to MQ and both will be half of QR, and we have given it equation number 1. One more thing is given us, that is angle PRQ is 90 degree. PRQ is 90 degree. So in big triangle PRQ, if one of the angle is 90, then it is a right angle triangle. So we can apply the Pythagoras theorem, that is hypotenuse square. Hypotenuse for the big triangle is nothing but PQ. So PQ square will be equal to PR square plus QR square. I am talking about the big triangle. Don't take this side. Only the big triangle you have to see. So hypotenuse is PQ. PQ square is equal to PR square plus QR square, or you can write RQ. Both are one and the same. So we have taken here in triangle PQR, angle PRQ is 90. Therefore, it is right angle triangle. So we can apply the Pythagoras theorem. And here hypotenuse is PQ. One side is PR, other side is QR. So we'll apply the Pythagoras theorem. So PQ square is PR square plus QR square, and we'll give it equation number 2. I am giving here the equation. Afterwards, we're going to use this equation. Now, other than this big triangle PRQ, if you will observe this smaller triangle PRM, so this triangle is also a right angle triangle, because here one of the angle R is 90 degree. So we can apply the Pythagoras theorem in the smaller triangle also. So we will apply the Pythagoras theorem in a smaller triangle PRM. So in triangle PRM, angle PRM is 90 degree. So by applying Pythagoras theorem, now we'll see which side is a hypotenuse in a smaller triangle. See here. So the side opposite to 90 degree is hypotenuse. So here PM is hypotenuse. One side is PR, other side is RM. So we'll apply that only. That PM square is equal to PR square plus RM square. Now from here you have to be careful. Listen here carefully. This PM we will take like that only. This PR square also we will take like that. It is given here RM. See our equation number 1. RM is equal to what? Half of QR. RM is equal to half of QR. So in the place of this RM, I will substitute half of QR. And this substitution I have done from equation number 1. So I have taken here equation 1. Again this PM square I will take like that. This PR square also I will take like that. Here I will take the square of 1 also, square of 2 also, square of QR also. So square of 1 will be 1, square of 2 will be 4, and this QR will become QR square. So see the next term, PM square is equal to PR square plus 1 upon 4 into QR square. Now this denominator is 4. So for removing this 4, what we can do? We will just multiply both the side by 4. So we will multiply this by 4. So we will write here multiplying both the side by 4. So 4 will be multiplied by PM square also. 4 will be multiplied by PR square also, and 4 will be multiplied by 1 upon 4 into QR square also. So see here, we will just multiply 4 by each of the term. So this 4 and 4 get cancelled. 4 into PM square will be 4 PM square. 4 into PR square will be 4 PR square. And 1 into QR square will be QR square. So see the next term, it will be 4 PM square is equal to 4 PR square plus QR square. Now this 4 PR square we can split as 3 PR square plus PR square. So we will split this 4 PR square as 3 PR square plus PR square. So see here, in the place of 4 PR square we have taken 3 PR square plus PR square. Now we will take this two term, PR square plus QR square, PR square plus QR square, and we'll see our equation number 2. See our equation number 2, PR square plus QR square is nothing but PQ square. That means in the place of this addition of this two term, we can write PR square. We can write PQ square. So we have taken this term as it is. This 3 PR square also I have taken like that. In the addition of this two term, we have taken PQ square. This we have got from equation number 2. Okay. Now this 3 PR square is in plus sign. I will take this term here. So it will come in minus sign. So it will be 4pm square minus 3pr square is equal to pq square. Now this pq square I will take on left hand side, and this 2 term I will take on right hand side. So it will be pq square is 4pm square minus 3pr square. So this is only we want to prove. This is our required result. At last we can write hence proof. So in this way we have completed our question number 9. Now we'll see our question number 10. This is the last question of the practice set 2.1, and for this year this is the last question for the second chapter also, because the next practice set is not there for you. Okay, so after completing this question we'll complete chapter number 2. Walls of two buildings on either side of street are parallel to each other. See here, two walls are there of building which are on either side of street. So first of all, for this question I'll show you how to draw the figure. So if I am taking, this is the street, and I am taking here two walls on either side of road. So I am taking, these are the two walls on either side of road and which are parallel to each other. Exactly it is given, they are parallel to each other. A ladder 5.8 meter long is placed on the street, okay, such that its top just reaches the window of the building at the height of 4 meter. That means, for example, I am taking, this is the point where the base of the ladder is there. From this base, one side it is reaches at the window of the first building, and the window of the first building will be at a distance of 4 meter from the base, from the ground. It is given as the height of the window of the building at the height of 4 meter. And this ladder is having the length 5.8 meter. It is also given to us. The next is given, on turning the ladder over to the other side of the street. Same ladder if we will turn on the other side. That means somewhere here if we will turn. Okay. Then after turning it, its top touches the window of the other building. So here also one of the window is there. This is the first window and this is the second window of the other building at a height of 4.2 meter. And this window is at the height of 4.2 meter. But the same ladder is turned, so the length of the ladder will not change. So if it is 5.8, this will also 5.8 meter. Okay. Then we have to find the width of the street. Width of the street, that means this side. See here, I'll give the naming. If I will take AB be the height of the first window, and it is definitely perpendicular on the ground, or AB be the height of the first wall, and CD be the height of the second wall. Again this wall also perpendicular, and here point E I am taking. Point E will be the base of the ladder. Then the width of the street is nothing but this BD. So we have to find this BD only. If we will observe triangle ABE, this is right angle triangle. So we can apply the Pythagoras theorem. So we know the hypotenuse, we know one side. Can we find other side? So in this way we can find the value of BE. Again in triangle CDE, we have here one of the right angle triangle. So it is also right angle triangle. We have here right angle. So this triangle is also right angle triangle. So we can apply the Pythagoras theorem here also. We know hypotenuse, we know one side. So we can find the other side, that is ED. After finding the value of BE and ED, by adding both, we can find the width of the street, that is BD. So in this way we will solve this question. So here I have taken the same figure which I have explained you for question number 10. So before starting with the actual solution, first of all we have to write the description of the figure. Which side represent what? So we will write AB and CD are the two buildings. Then BD be the width of the road. This AE will be the first position of ladder, and this CE will be the second position of the ladder, and this point E is the base of the ladder. Again I will explain. AB and CD are the walls of two buildings. Then BD will be width of the road. AE will be first position of ladder. CE will be second position of ladder, and E will be the base of the ladder. So see the statement I have taken here. AB and CD are walls of two buildings. BD is the width of the road. AE will be the first position of ladder, and CE will be the second position of ladder, and E is the base of the ladder. Now, as I have explained you that in both the triangle we have to apply the Pythagoras theorem. First of all, I will take this triangle. We have to write in triangle ABE. Angle B is 90 degrees, so we can apply the Pythagoras theorem. So see here, I have written in triangle AB, angle AB is 90 degrees. Therefore, by applying Pythagoras theorem, so now this is 90 degrees. So opposite side AE is hypotenuse. So AE square will be equal to AB square plus BE square. So see here, AE square is equal to AB square plus BE square. Now here the value of AE is 5.8 and AB is 4. BE we want to find. So we'll apply that only. AE is 5.8, AB is 4. So 5.8 the whole square and then 4 square, that is equal to BE square. Now if you will find the square of this 5.8, you will get the answer 33.64, and the square of 4 will be 16, and this plus BE square we have taken like that only. Now this plus 16 if I will take here, so this will become minus 16. So 33.64 minus 16. So we will do the subtraction here. See here, 33.64. I will show you here, 33.64 and 16. So 16 will come here. No decimal point, so we will write here 0. Then it will be minus. So 4 minus 0, 4, 6 minus 0, 6. 3 minus 6 we can't do, so I will take here and this will be 13. 13 minus 6, 7. 2 minus 1, 1. So we have got 17.64. So after doing the subtraction, we have got 17.64. Now we have to remove this square. So taking square root of both the side, this BE square will remove, and this 17.64 is the square of 4.2. Afterwards you have to just check it, multiply just 4.2 by 4.2. You have to remember that this 17.64 is a square of 4.2. So we have got this value of BE is 4.2 meter. Same way we have to apply the Pythagoras theorem here also. In triangle CDE, angle D, that is angle CDE is 90 degree. Therefore we can apply the Pythagoras theorem. So in triangle CDE, angle CD is 90 degree. Therefore by applying Pythagoras theorem. Now see here, the hypotenuse is CE. So CE square is equal to CD square plus ED square. So we will take that only. CE square is equal to CD square plus ED square. Here the value of CE is 5.8 and CD is 4.2. So we'll just apply these two values there. So we have got 5.8 the whole square and 4.2 the whole square plus ED square. Now 5.8 square we know 33.64. And 4.2 square also we know 17.64. So we will just apply these two values. So we have got these two values. This 17.64 is in plus sign. If I will take here, this number will come in minus. So these two number we have to do the subtraction. So 4 minus 4 will be 0. 6 minus 6 will be 0. Then 33 minus 17 will be 16. So we will get 16 here. So 16.00 means 16. So ED square is 16. We have to remove the square. So taking square root of both the side, this ED we will get 4 meter. So we have got the value of ED. So we have got this ED is 4 meter. So after getting both BE and ED, we will just add these two. So we can get BD, which is nothing but the width of the road. So now we will write the width of the street is nothing but BD, and BD we can find by adding BE and ED. If you want, you can write the reason here that BED, all these 3 points are collinear. Now BE we have got 4.2 and ED now only we got 4. So it will be 4.0. So 2 plus 0 will be 2 and 4 plus 4 will be 8. So the addition will be 8.2 meter. So in words at last we have to write the width of the street is 8.2 meter. So in this way we have completed our last question of practice set as well as the last question of chapter number 2. So we have completed our chapter number 2 Pythagoras theorem.